Okay, so last session, you departed Port Nyanzaru on your 5 freshly purchased hadrosaurs and accompanied by your chartered guide and Enet, priest of Savras in training. Your first experiences of the jungle proper are wading through the extensively logged and cleared lands near the port, harvested in totality for its natural resources, exotic timber, and rare herbs. In short order, you discovered a new phenomenon of the jungle. Your nights are beset with sleep disturbances and nightmares, visions of terror that make it difficult to recuperate and recover. Over the course of your travel, it became necessary to cross the river Soshenstar. Your beasts needed some corralling to convince to cross the river, but Kurik, the half-elf sorcerer, found extreme difficulty in crossing, sorcerers apparently not being very buoyant in mud. After nearly drowning, and another day of travel, you encountered in the jungle the remains of a body, strung up and sawn in two. Asuka explained that the jungle, in addition to a horde of undead, ferocious dinosaurs, terrible diseases, and parasites, there are also cannibals. Speaking of ferocious dinosaurs, the group attracted the attention of a curious Stegosaurus and survived without tasting its Phagomizer. The final thing you encountered that day? A man wandering alone in the jungle unmolested by its dangers. The man apparently sharing a link with both Savintia and Morin's past. After a very tense conversation, in which no one else understood what was going on, violence exploded, Morin deploying his concentrated ire against the man. You all laid blows into the man, but it was Jade who landed the killing blow by arrow, revealing the creature's true form, that of a doppelganger. And that is where we are now.
Dun, dun, dun. If memory serves, Savintia had gone and collected very quietly, without a word, the thing around his neck and returned to Annette and Azaka on her hadrosaur.
Yes.
Yes.
So Savintia collected an item off of the man. Bannister also collected the man's coin purse and is ready to distribute its wealth.
Don't forget your music.
Bannister disperses to each member 4 platinum pieces and 17 gold pieces.
You said 4 and 17?
4 and 17.
My wealth is doubled.
Wordlessly, I shall take them and just drop them into the box.
The rest of what's in his coin purse is diamonds. Who wants to look after the diamonds?
Give them to our cleric. Diamonds are useful for things.
Sure. Just...
For spell things.
Okay. And just stuff them in the bag.
There is 250 gold worth of cut diamonds.
Alright, well, we'll have to do that later. Will you write it down somewhere? Because D&D Beyond, it's weird about it.
Sure then.
Cool. Anyway, I have one that's worth... Never mind, don't worry about it. We'll worry about it later.
I've got it written down. I'll use a paper here too.
It's just the way that they put stuff is, like, the worth is... description is stupid. How much was it? 250?
250.
Okay, so I have a diamond worth 10 and a diamond worth 250.
You have assorted diamonds that total up to 250.
Alright, I'm just gonna put it at 260 then and call it even.
260 worth of diamond.
Okay. Sure. Okay, cool. And diamonds are taken with a look of confusion, distance, and preoccupation.
What time of day is it about?
It is getting close to making camp time.
Yeah, so let's maybe just travel a bit further away from this dead corpse and make a camp.
If Azaka you could show us somewhere nearby that's relatively safe, we would appreciate it.
Azaka nods and starts leading your little troop through the jungle.
I shall apologize to Annette for whatever just happened.
I'll just continue to be confused because I didn't do anything in that encounter.
You moved, at least,
Yeah.
and you did frost him.
Did I?
Pretty sure you did.
I just
I
think
don't-
it was 1 damage, so you might have forgotten. Or
Don't remember if I did or not. Injury against one of those bat things.
So about an hour goes by, and Inette finds a place where you could set up a reasonably secure campsite.
Good job, Annette.
Did I say Inette?
You did.
Okay. Azaka.
We all knew what you meant.
So you find a place where you can set up camp. One assumes the ride has been silent and tense.
I don't know about everyone else. I am focused on some specific things. Now, switching to the nighttime track.
It is now night.
Like lights off.
Oh, cool.
So is it like more wood and forest on this side of river? Or still like the locked and bare grounds?
We're in the jungle proper.
Yeah, I thought so.
It's thick foliage and quite a lot of difficulty seeing any kind of distance.
Can I climb a tree?
You can climb a tree.
I
Make
would like
a athletics check.
Oh god. Why not acrobatics? Okay. 7.
You manage to get halfway up a tree and it becomes... It was probably not the right tree to select. You make your way back down to the bottom and pick another tree.
It's your slimy branches.
Do you need some help?
I'll ask again later.
Okay. I shall spend the evening focusing on the piece I collected.
Bannister sets up some tents.
I looked at those were like floating pillows that are gonna attack us.
Roll initiative.
Pillow fight.
Sabrina, no.
Some other place than dangerous jungle.
We have dinos, it could be like pillow jousting.
Oh, God.
Oh boy.
You guys are having way too much fun just dancing around the map, aren't you?
I checked around my tent pillow.
I'm gonna watch the Hadrosaurs tonight.
By the way, did anyone have anything they wanted me to have a look at? Any suspected magical items?
I've still got that mace, and I have a potion that I don't have any idea what it is. So you can have both of those.
Bannister can spend 20 minutes having a look at those.
I picked up the sword from the dead old friend, and I hand it to Bannister, but tell him that don't get rid of the blood. I want to keep it.
Bannister settles in next to a tree and just spends 10 minutes looking over each of the items.
I pick up some of the dried wood from my pack and make it kindlings from it, and find some less dry wood around and ask for Kurik to help with the...
And I just snap my fingers at it. It's on fire.
Bannister first announces that this isn't a potion. I don't think anyone should drink this. This is oil of slipperiness. I don't know what would happen if you drank it.
Don't make a loop joke. 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 You're an adult. Don't make a loop joke. Okay, I'm good.
I mean, with all logic, if you drink it, your insides get really slippery, so I assume everything inside you comes out.
I'm trying to behave.
I'm gonna throw that in my take a rest. Put that in my bag.
And after another 10 minutes, he announces to Morin that this short sword isn't magical.
Oh man, do I detect magic? Actually, while they're all doing that, can I cast Detect Magic as a ritual?
You can.
Cool. I'm just gonna detect it and get all eye glowy and look around for a bit. See if there's anything in, 30 feet of us. Big circle.
30 feet in a big circle.
Yeah.
You can see some magical items that are being held by your fellow friends.
Nothing else.
but nothing else.
Okay.
So Bannister passes the short sword back to Morin and spends another 10 minutes checking out this mace with the green tassel. And after 10 minutes, he says, "Does anybody actually use a mace?"
Can. From over by the Hadrosaurus.
Well, the mace isn't magical, but the tassel is. And he takes the tassel off of the mace, and the mace instantly pits and crumbles as though it's been inside a gelatinous cube for years and years. And he says, if this tassel is attached to a weapon, that weapon will be able to catch fire.
No. No, thank you.
Fire axe.
I don't use fire. And before you say anything, no, Sacred Flame is not holy fire. It's a burst of radiant energy channeled by the gods. Fire is destructive. We don't use fire.
He looks around to Kurik, Jade, Morin.
Sounds like something Moran would, maybe.
I don't know. Oh, we should try it out at least.
Can't hurt.
He passes it over to Morin.
I take my own short sword and attach the tassel to the hilt, and then look at Bannister. What do I do with it? How does it work?
You spend an hour or so attuning to it, and then, as an action, you can cause it to catch fire, and while on fire, it will do an extra point of fire damage.
I guess I best get to it then, and I start doing some practice swings and getting familiar with the new weight of.
So is that mace just broken now?
Yeah,
Garbage. Okay.
it is now pretty much garbage.
And we don't need to hold on to that.
Do the foliage and leaves and stuff around? Does the jungle look wet, or does it look dry that it could catch fire easily?
No, everything is permanently wet.
Yeah, that's it.
Not gonna make a joke. Not gonna make a joke. Not gonna make a joke. Why do you do this to me? I'm sorry, my mind lives in the gutter.
No comment.
And unless anyone wants to do anything, we can get to staying overnight and moving on with the next day.
No, I've got nothing. Savintia shall spend her time with tending to the Hadrosaurs and focusing on the things she took from the corpse.
Focusing on it, or just thinking about it?
Like most of the time she's awake, basically just staring at it and thinking. Not like identifying or anything.
Okay.
Ruminating.
Ruminating on it. Okay.
Yes.
So you guys get back into your routine of doing your 3-phase watch overnight. If I could get everyone to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Agree, I'm giving myself guidance. Mother. 12.
So, no more good rolls for the day.
Yeah, I rolled natural 20.
Nice.
What happens when I try to roll for not drowning? Oh. A 4 of a 6.
Yeah, but who needs to breathe air, really?
That's true.
And if there's a witch trial, you don't float, so you pass it very easily.
Which is ironic, because he's the only pure caster.
Yeah, but if we get into some kind of tribe that is like abhors magic, and then they're like, he's a witch, let's see if he floats, and then he passes, and then he saves us after some.
Terrible.
It's only wizards that are supposed to not be able to swim.
So it comes to the next day. The watch is uneventful. And pretty much everyone gets a restful sleep.
Yay.
Everyone gets to have a full rest. Long.
Nice. Alright. Are we back to
However-
daytime?
We are back to daytime, yes.
Okay.
In the morning, however, Inette erupts from her tent and just collapses and vomits onto the ground. She's crying from her terrible night's sleep, and her eyes are rolled back in her head.
Oh no. I shall run over from the Hadrosaurus and see if she is okay. What's wrong? What happened?
She's in a trance, and your words aren't registering to her. She's mumbling, and her voice it's almost not herself. It's someone else's voice coming through her.
Okay.
She's saying, I don't know, please. And then her eyes return and she wakes up in your arms.
You don't know what? Who are you talking to?
I saw the wizards again. I had a vision.
What happened in it?
They were torturing someone again. I didn't sleep well.
Seems to be a running theme.
By this time, Asuka has roused herself. She was sleeping by a tree trunk nearby, and she stumbles over, holding a hand to her face. I did not sleep well either.
Anything we can do for you?
I don't know. The jungle is not normally like this.
Then we better move quicker.
Or try to.
Why is it dark out, Sabrina? It's night, it's daytime again.
Right, so.
We should get breakfast quick and get on our way.
I know you are. You pay the bills and you decide where to go, but I know a wise guardian we will be near. Her name is Saja Nambaza. She is a wise spirit at Orlanga. It would only be half a dozen days detour, but perhaps this spirit would know.
Have a look at everyone else.
Only half a dozen. So 3 days there and 3 days back.
Some more information about our next direction after the wizard's wound.
Yeah, I think we could still use every bit of information about this place.
She points out on the map roughly where it will be.
That's a long way off. I think... Can you click where it was again?
But isn't it past Camp Vengeance? So if we go there first and
Yeah.
then decide there.
Yeah, it's still... Don't we have like many days till camp? Before?
There's still many days before you get to Camp Vengeance.
Yeah, I think getting to Camp Vengeance, resupplying, and then we can worry about that.
And if Inet's visions or dreams are true and someone is being tortured, perhaps we should head for the wizards first and then on the way back with the spirit. Unless we have some more pressing business.
Let's try to have one goal at a time and try to fulfill that first. So, Camp Vengeance. But let's keep it in mind.
And so you make off back into the jungle towards Camp Vengeance. As the day goes on, nothing much happens. And as nightfall begins to fall down again, while gathering for food, Savintia, you come across what looks to be a decrepit, abandoned remains of a farm that is overgrown with Cholton pumpkins.
I see. Are they harvestable?
There are some that look ripe, yes.
Interesting. May I look around and see is there a farmhouse?
There is no sign of any farmhouse, no. This is crops that have now gone white.
Interesting. Okay. I shall take out the axe and wrest 3 of them from the vine and bring them back. That's probably all I can carry.
Everybody roll initiative.
Pumpkins.
Fuck.
It's the Halloween season.
Yeah.
Oh lord.
Hey, killer pumpkins.
I prefer
my
killer
God.
tomatoes.
Yeah, that series was pretty awesome.
That was my second natural 20 for today.
Wow. Alright, I
I'm not
have a token for this.
I'm gonna roll minus damage.
Oh dear.
Or that you just did the weighting of the newest dice really well.
Do we get a battle map?
You do, once I've set it up.
Okay. I'm only asking for rolling initiative. Rah. least I've already got my axe out.
Oh man, it is so hard to select only the guys who need an initiative.
Aww.
There are so many tokens.
Oh dear.
And that's just you guys. Okay. So Kurik rolled a 12. Marin 17. You guys aren't on the map.
Yeah, I can roll my initiative now. See, this is why I need good combat music, but I need something that won't get the video kicked off of YouTube.
Oh, wow.
What?
I'm gonna have like 3 turns in a row.
Sabrina, what did I tell you?
I would still have 2 in a row.
I'm giving you the look.
Okay, Jade. While traveling, you hear the rustling of far too much foliage in the direction that Savintia was foraging.
Ah, fuck!
I guess I'll go see what it is about. 1, 2.
It's still showing dark on the screen.
Yeah,
Huh?
it's still
It
night.
shows nighttime.
Just zoom out. Yeah, it's dark.
Yeah, it is towards twilight of the second day, yeah.
So what is this thing? What do I see?
You see, and of course Savintia sees this as well, that the pumpkin patch has become alive as a shambling mound of pumpkins and vines.
Okay, I guess I'll shoot at it because it's way too close to 70,
Ah, fuck.
and I most likely miss.
Let's see if this...
13.
13 unfortunately does not hit.
Yeah, that's it. I will use my bonus action to hide behind this tree.
You become hidden.
That's my turn.
So, here's a song. I don't know if this is going to be any good. It's from the same guy that I've been using for music. It's only like 2 minutes long, so it's not going to be long enough.
Yeah, Savintia, it is your turn.
Seeing this thingamajigger.
Yes.
It's, I'm guessing, a giant plant monster of some sort.
A giant plant monster of some sort that took issue with you trying to take its pumpkin.
Alright, in that case, with my bonus action, I shall cast Spiritual Weapon.
Ooh.
And the form of a, not quite a cornstalk, but almost, shafted scythe will appear in the air, and, let's see. So I create a floating spectral weapon within range of the target for the duration it can, When you cast a spell, you can make a melee spell attack against the creature. On hit, takes force damage equal to 1d8 plus my spellcasting modifier. I can do this on each of my bonus attacks. So, first of all, that's going to make a swing.
Okay.
So, it doesn't say what I add to it.
Melee spell attack, so
So is that...
Yeah, so spellcasting modifier and the proficiency bonus.
Okay, so that's... Jesus, plus 5? Yeah, it is plus 5. Okay, cool. So... It shall roll... a 12.
12 does not hit its armor class, I'm afraid.
Motherfucker, alright. Then I shall swing
We need a
it...
token for your weapon, don't we?
Eventually. I shall also attack with my hand axe as my regular action. That one is even fucking worse. God fucking damn it. Alright, I'm going back to the nighttime jungle music. Because that song wasn't long enough. I need like an hour-long playlist.
And is that your turn?
Yep, that's it.
Morin, it is your turn.
Charge at the ugly pumpkin thing and swing at it, commanding my sword to do flame.
Your sword erupts in green flame that has the same illumination as a torch.
Bless you. Neat.
But that was your action.
Was activating in an action?
Yes.
Okay, so then I just activate and smile at the monster. That was my turn then.
Okay. Kurik, your turn.
Okay. Oh, can't see anything, so. A second. Just-
Wow, your world is really dark.
There's not a lot of visibility around here.
And I am supposed to have dark vision too. Oh well.
Yeah, which is dim light in darkness.
Oh, I can kind of see a thing now. There's a horrible, hideous plant in the way, so I'm going to, not close enough to kill it with fire, so I'll magic missile it in the face, or pumpkin, or whatever it has.
Nice. And what type of damage is that?
That is magic damage. Actually, I think it's, what does it call it? Force damage.
Force damage. Okay. Your magic missiles erupt from your hand and fly through the air and just plink at all these pumpkins and these vines. Morin and Savintia, you guys feel splatters of wetness on your faces in response to the magic missiles impacting.
I usually have to do a lot more to get that kind of a reaction.
And Kurik, is that your turn?
That is my turn.
I'm terrible, I know.
That's Kurik's magic.
Enet rushes forward and she is going to cast Spirit Guardians. And all around her, floating green eyeballs just appear and start attacking this shambling mound. So
Why you really...
Wisdom save.
The entire turn order right now is just NPCs.
Yeah. Enet, what is your spell save DC? Okay, so the shambling mound succeeds on its saving throw. However, it is now slowed.
Nice.
Ah, it takes half damage. Okay. I need more dice. Okay, and that is Enet's turn. Next up, the Hadrosauruses. The Hadrosauri.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly startled from this spooky nighttime horror, and they'll start shuffling around.
Oh no.
Much as a herd, keeping away from danger.
Don't let them get too far.
And now Hazaka's turn. She also will charge forward. She will use her double dash to get right up in this plant's grill and be ready to attack. And now the shambling mound's turn.
Just how many appendages does it actually have? Pummel everyone with.
Savintia.
Yes.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, my AC is
It rolled a 1. It rolled a 1 and a 4.
Thank you, Shantia.
It's trying to slam its body into you, but for some reason your body is never where its pumpkins land.
I'm blocking it with other pumpkins. Not that kind.
Sure.
They're not that big.
Oh, I didn't count Bannister as an NPC, so make that 4 in a row.
I told you.
banister is going to go wide. And he is going to shout abuse at the plant.
That never stops being funny. Words are ridiculous.
Let's see, what kind of abuse does he want to shout? Da 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 da. Ooh, that's good. That's good. He shouts, "What are you, some kind of plant? I'm an animal. I eat plants. We all eat plants. You're at the bottom of the food chain."
That's so bad. I think I took damage from that.
Poor plant, now its sleeves will be all shriveled up.
Don't you start.
Okay, a few things happen here. First, I need several dice. Nice and easy. It takes 9 psychic damage. And it must spend its reaction to move its entire speed away. I need to have it up so I can see what its speed. Nice. So, Savintia, Morin, and Azuka can make opportunity attacks against it as it leaves the. So, Savintia,
18.
that is a hit.
Where'd my dice go? 5 damage.
Morin, that is not a hit. And Azuka hits. Azuka actually hits twice with both scimitars. And that's vanished. Jade, it is now your turn.
I will peek behind the tree because I can't see anything. I will run a bit closer and I will hold my action so someone of my team gets close to it. So when I get sneak attack, I will shoot.
Okay. Savintia, now your turn.
Alright, I shall move and attack with my axe again. And I shall roll 15, what is that, 18 again? Yeah, 18 again.
18 is a hit.
And then do another 5 damage. Plus, let me double check something. I can move the spiritual weapon up to 20 feet, so I can probably move it from wherever it was exactly next to it and do another bonus action for 21.
That is a hit.
Okay, so that's... Is that a 1? It's 1 plus... So, another... 6 damage?
Nice. Very nice.
I am also now directly adjacent to it.
And I would
Yes.
like to shoot.
Yes, now Jade's turn.
And I would like to Miss 12.
That is not a hit.
I'm sorry, I tried.
I wasted my 20s.
Oh.
Morin, your turn.
I chase after the planting and take a swing at it. Flaming. 20.
Definitely a hit.
I'll use my menacing attack to scare the plant. And how much was the fire damage it does?
So the fire damage is +1.
So 10 piercing and 1.
Mm-hmm. And as you manage to sink your sword into it, you feel the splatter of wet stickiness on your face and arms.
And then I take a final step to flank it. And that's my turn.
Correct.
Okay. Oops. Wrong thing selected. There we go. And I'm just going to Ray of Frost it. So. Looks like a mist. Probably.
Yes, that is unfortunately a miss.
That's my turn.
Enet's turn. Enet will move up close so that the mound is within her field of. Actually, maybe not that close. And she will cast Magic Missile. The thing I don't like about D4s is you can't really pick up more than one at once.
You gotta like scoop them off the table into your palm.
All three of her magic missiles splatter into the pumpkin patch, erupting more with juice.
Yay, pumpkin goo.
Now it's Arka's turn. Chasing the mound further. She unleashes with both of her scimitars. Only hits on one, but she still manages to take a slice out of a juicy pumpkin. The shambling mound, after being reduced to it's quite injured, if a plant can be injured. It rises up into the air as though making itself look big and imposing, and it shuffles and rattles its leaves and vines in a menacing way. And from out in the forest, in the jungle, you hear something scream.
Sounds horrifying.
Oh dear.
This is going to be fun.
No, no.
Wait, are we fighting the Great Pumpkin?
Why would you say that?
Am I missing something again?
It is a...
Charlie Brown reference.
Yeah, Charlie Brown. I'll explain later if you'd like me to.
I googled.
Well, that's less fun. I guess I've wasted my my quota of random pop culture trivia for the past like 48 hours, haven't I? I'm so
By
sorry.
adding these guys to the initiative thing, I've lost count of whose turn it currently. But it was the Shambler.
Yeah, that was the Shamblers.
So it's Bannisters. It auto-sorted, though, dear. Oh dear.
The list is getting a bit long.
It's a lot of things.
It is a lot of things.
That's what she said. I'm not
Thing I can
Jesus.
have to magic missile machine gun some stuff, I guess.
not gonna say it.
Bannister hears the shriek, but can't really see anything. The only light anywhere at the moment is Morin's sword. So he's going to run towards the light. And for your information, the shrieking came from this direction.
Oh no.
What direction?
Out in the darkness.
Yeah, I hadn't zoomed out enough.
So east.
And Jade, it is now your turn.
Well, I'm so far away that I probably didn't even hear the shrieking, so I'll just take a hit at the big pumpkin. And a natural one. Jesus.
Roll a d6 for me.
Oh god. 2.
Okay. Your arrow goes somewhere else.
Yeah, I knew that.
Fortunately, not into an ally.
I will. I did see like Bannister run to the bit to the side, so I will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will run a bit more near and bonus action hide behind the trees.
Does that grant advantage?
I
Being
mean,
hidden when
I
you make an
can.
attack?
Yeah, if I get surprise attack. But I think I need to like roll stealth and they can roll something.
Well, you do have to roll hide if you're hiding. That's roll
Yeah.
stealth.
Well, I was waiting for high stealth roll.
Sorry. My apologies.
Mm.
Roll a stealth.
Okay, now I get 25.
Nobody knows you're there. From out in the jungle, comes charging. The clattering of a club-wielding skeleton.
Oh dear.
And behind him, another clattering skeleton. Savintia, your turn.
Alright. Okay. Huh. I had a hair on my tongue. Hold on. Like the worst timing for it. Ugh. Second verse, same as the first. Axe attack. Which is like a 12, doesn't hit. And then swing with the spiritual weapon. Which is a 17 and change, like 20 total.
That hits.
Cool. So that one does 5 plus 5, so that does 10 damage. And this is against the big mound. So, 10 damage. Spiritual weapon.
As you splatter into one of the pumpkins, it shatters and reveals a faint blue flame from inside this pumpkin.
Weird. Oh, by the way, that's all force damage. I don't know if that specifies.
Ah, yes, thank you very much.
So was the one where I did like 8 damage or something like that, 6 damage last time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Lauren, your turn.
I look towards the direction of the noise and notice something coming our way. But decide to try to finish this thing before more things come from the 18.
That's a hit.
Nine piercing and 1 fire damage.
Excellent. Now, are you doing a secondary attack or?
No, I'm just going to end my turn here.
Okay. Shambling out of the jungle comes a something that looks like a zombie, but has been tied up to sticks. Much like if that corpse you had discovered, the one that had been sawn in half, wasn't quite sawn in half and had become animated and torn free from its arrangement. And it is going to use something on that. Bannister sees this thing and becomes just eerily still and frightened of this thing.
Oh dear.
Another skeleton follows it out of the. And now Enet's. Enet is going to move towards Bannister and try to protect. She will also cast Spiritual Weapon. So, So it gets to make an attack immediately.
Yeah, when you summon it, it gets to do one attack. So yeah, when you cast the spell, you can make a melee spell attack with the creature within 5 feet of the weapon, and you can summon it anywhere in 60 feet. And then it can be your bonus action each turn, but it can only move 20 feet. Fun fact, not a concentration spell.
Nice.
Yeah, but it only lasts for a minute.
Okay. That
That's
definitely hits.
6. Turns are still 6-second increments, aren't they? So
Yes.
that's
So 10
six.
rounds.
Yeah.
Or 10 rounds or whatever. I can math.
What is the damage? What is the damage? Ah,
It's 1d8 plus spellcasting mod.
a spiritual weapon takes the appearance of a mace with a globe on the end of it that looks like an eyeball, and it slams down into this corpse scarecrow thing. Correct. It is your turn.
How injured does our shambling plant thing look?
It looks like 1 or 2 more rounds, and it might go down.
Okay. Right here. Yeah, that's good. I am going to Burning Hands it. That's a DC 14 Dex save.
It fails.
Quick question.
Isn't it a
Yeah.
cone?
That's a cone.
Yeah,
Where are
I
you?
can aim. Your point of origin is going to be like the square right here. Cones are weird when you use squares.
Are you like going in between
Ping
us?
isn't going off. Yes.
Okay.
So I don't hit Morin. I am aiming my cone of fire so I don't torch my allies.
Okay.
Okay, so it's like leaving from the bottom left corner of your square towards left side, and then it cones
My little
something like that.
it basically it hits the one right in front of me. That one. Ah, come on, Ping.
So it's here, 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 here.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a 15-foot cone.
Okay. Okay. As long as you don't kill us.
Okay.
Okay. I am also
So what
going
damage?
to.
That
Oh,
was
I rolled
fire
it. It's
damage?
9. Yep, 9 fire damage. And then I'm going to burn 2 sorcery points. And swift cast at the most densely packed skeleton and zombie thing. Snowball Swarm, which is also a DC 14 dex save for those two.
So these two are.
Yep. And that's a 5-foot radius explosion of snow.
They both fail.
And that's cold damage. And that is my turn.
The skeleton looks quite perturbed after your explosion of cold. It looks like it has suddenly experienced arthritis. And finally, also out from the jungle comes another skeleton. That can get right up in Kurik's grill. But not make any attacks because it double dashed to get there.
Boy.
Asuka is going to shift around, sort of box this shambling mound in, and with flanking advantage, she slashes at the vines, and with both of her scimitars, just slashing and slashing, hacking at it as though she was cutting through the jungle itself to clear a path. This thing looks like it's on death's door now. And in its death throes, it is going to try to take her.
Try to take who?
The one who's causing the most damage to it. It rolls over her and slams her in the face with one of its few remaining intact pumpkins. But she appears unperturbed, if jostled. Okay, Bannister. Bannister comes out of his paralyzed stupor and he comes to his senses, but he's still terrified of this thing that he just can't seem to find himself being able to get closer to. He shifts slightly. And pulls out from his bag the horn that was given to him on the beach the day of the attack of the ugly.
I'm gonna start playing Jeopardy music.
Sorry. He moves to there. He pulls out this horn. And he yells a command word of some kind. The command word is mother. And he brings the horn to his mouth and blows.
Who sings that song?
Okay. I'm going to need some assistance.
What
Oh
you
no,
got?
I won't. I can use. How do I do a roll? It's just slash roll, isn't it?
It is.
Roll number of dice and sides of dice.
Okay, wow.
Oof.
So what happens is that this horn emits in a cone shape an incredible blast of thunderous energy, audible from 600 feet away.
Oh, fuck.
Bye.
This guy just shatters. This guy crumples to the ground. That guy crumples to the ground. Oh, and I hit that guy.
God, I'm reading this item. Bannister could have one-shotted himself.
Yes.
What item is it?
Horn of Blasting.
Oh dear.
Only 20% chance to one-shot yourself.
What's half of 36? It's 18, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, that guy. And that is Bannister's turn. Jade, your turn.
Well, I guess I took a nice nap in the bus, so I'll come out to see what's happening. And everyone's dead, so...
We still got
guess
the...
I'll... Is this guy unharmed?
That guy is unharmed.
Guess I'll just shoot at it since I can't seem to hit the big guy. 17.
That is a hit.
I get to do my first thing. Uh, 14 piercing damage. And bonus action hide.
Make a stealth roll.
23.
The shambling man probably doesn't know where. Savintia, your turn.
Alrighty. Attack myself against the mound. Misses because it's like a 5 plus something. 5 plus 3. And the spiritual weapon, 15.
That just hits.
Oh, good. Alright, this is 1d8. So that is 8 force damage.
The flaming pumpkin mound just goes limp and just collapses to the ground.
Just wanted some pumpkins. And I shall...
What you get for your pumpkins were haunted?
Instead of dismissing the spiritual weapon, I bonk Kurik over the head with the back end of it, and then dismiss it. Jerk. Be glad I used the back end.
So combat is officially over.
Can I examine whatever the hell this thing was?
Sure.
Should I roll investigation?
Either investigation or nature, your choice.
Well, doesn't really matter because they're both plus 0. But that's a natural 20, which makes it a 23. Because guidance is awesome.
This is a shambling mound. It is possibly in the book, but it is a spirit animating a plant, and this particular plant is a some kind of breed of pumpkin filled with crystallized sugar.
Crystallized what?
Sugar.
Is it poisonous?
Make a nature or survival roll.
I shall make a survival roll with guidance because I can. $22. No naturals.
It does not appear to be poisonous.
Okay. I will apologize to nature and say a little prayer, and then harvest the pumpkins.
Yes, the pumpkin flesh is almost naturally candied from the concentration of sugar inside,
Weird.
and it's also a little bit warm, not because of the temperature, but it did actually catch fire at some point there. From
For some reason.
well, when you have a lot of sugar inside things, you occasionally get fermentation.
I'm just gonna go look ahead and see if there's any wildlife running at us from the huge sound the horn made.
Make a perception check.
11.
You can't see or hear anything.
I go to check the skeleton that took the worst of it. and poke a bit at its remains with my boot and look at Bannister. You really made good work of this one, didn't
I guess I did.
I'm
you?
gonna
I check
search
the
for.
skeletons if there's anything interesting there, loot or otherwise.
Sure thing. What did you say, Kirk?
Oh, I was going to examine for loots as well.
Okay. Both of you make investigation.
Hey, Sabrina,
Yeah,
could you roll 5d6 for me?
sure. $26.
Okay. And the skeletons have how much?
How much what?
You rolled the, you rolled 10d6. It's 5d6 for, the thing. It's only 10d6 if it explodes on you or they're made of glass.
That's not what I'm reading.
Hmm.
Oh, hang on. Creatures made of glass, right.
Yeah. But if you rolled 26, they would have died anyway, so.
Okay.
Just checking.
They all make the same.
I think only one did, but I don't really want to go back into combat. I just wanted to be a bitch about it.
Yeah, for the next time.
It happens. Anyway, continue.
Who knows? Next time it could blow up.
Yeah, Bannister's dead.
Bannister's blasting off again.
Okay. So, on the skeletons you find. Ready to write this down?
Yep.
18 gold pieces, 27 silver pieces, and 28 copper pieces.
Okay. Anything else of interest?
Nothing really. These guys don't really have all that much. In fact, some of them were only attacking with club.
Righty.
I head a bit out, checking the direction where the skeletons came from, if there is anything of interest there, following their tracks.
Make a survival check. You can't seem to pick up their tracks.
Can I run to our dinosaurs to see if they're still there?
Yes. You should probably go check on our mounts.
Kalita, are you still there?
Yeah, are our mounts still there? Oh god, everyone's disappeared. I look up from saying a prayer and everyone's just fucking gone. Guys? Hello? Where'd everybody go? I look at the ghouls and then I'm like, where is everybody?
I guess you would have seen what you're corner of eye Moran's flaming sword burning.
Yeah, there is a green flaming something.
Oh, I see, up to the north. Okay. I run after.
Like, I guess we aren't being that stealthy anymore since we announced our presence to everyone. Anyway,
I'm sorry for scaring you, dinosaur friend. But yes.
I
The trek
command the
shall
flame to
continue.
stop, since Mr. Stripey doesn't seem to really want me in the saddle with a flaming thing.
The green flames vanish.
so we still had like hour or something before camp time.
Yeah, there's still a few hours, and you do now have sweet food.
Yes, I have pumpkins. They're pumpkinlicious.
We should move
Candy
out
pumpkins.
before whatever could have been alerted by that boom
Yeah,
comes.
let's saddle up.
And you move out.
Yeah, and again, find a camp place with no corpses nearby.
So the trek continues for a few more days without incident. You notice it getting increasingly brighter at night as the nights go on. The nightmares and sleep disturbances continue, but each of you manage to achieve the benefits of a long rest at least once.
Yay. So does that mean I should take one right now?
Yes. 3 days later, Jade, you hear all of a sudden a voice inside your head. It is Syndra's voice.
Ooh.
And it sounds like she's reading from a card. It's very stilted in how she says. Have received your message. Appears related to Soulmonger. Porosity in the material plane to the south. A soulstorm. You may reply with 25 words.
Thank you. We will investigate.
That's 5.
Yeah, I'm like, what to answer? I'm glad to hear of you. I will send more messages. And that's it.
Okay.
Was it Soulstorm in south?
Kind of in the vague direction we're already going.
Yeah. So I tell the others that I got a message from Syndra and the nightmares are related to the Soulmonger, most likely. So not much we can do about those. Something creepy in south.
Interesting.
Now, you guys have had quite a few days of just trekking. Is there anything you've wanted to accomplish in that time, this significant level of down?
Don't make me go first every time.
No, I don't think so.
I guess I'm just scribbling on the map and like there wasn't previously like undead markers on the area we are, so I'm just kind of adding that. Okay, there's undead here too. Extending the yellow.
Bannister has spent the last few days idly collecting herbs, and he has been at night time preparing healing potions.
I do my usual sword exercise with the flaming blade and play around with and trying to figure out how many times it can be used and all kinds of that limitations.
I think that Savintia will spend much of her time looking through the book for something that resembles the thing that we killed at the end of last session, and cross-referencing with the thing she now has in her bags, taken from that corpse.
Okay. There doesn't appear to be a direct entry in Burlow's Guide to Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And there seems to be no mention of anything even resembling the item before.
Okay. Well, it was worth looking into. Okay, thank you.
And I think that's a good time to have a break.
It has been an hour and a half.
Sounds good. Do you want me to keep this money in a party pool and then, like, distribute it when there's actual, like, equal numbers that divide well? Or try and, like, divvy it out?
I think if you hold on to it for now, it's fine.
Okay. Because this is a kind of point.
And not many slot machines to spend money on here.
No. Thankfully. No deities to irritate by fiddling with their slot machines either.
Yeah, if you want to play with a deity, you play with their slot, not their slot machine.
I only believe in one deity, and it's named DM.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna pause the video now. We'll be back soon.
So several days pass of the same old routine of jungle living. On the night of the fourth day, just as Savintia and Jade are taking their watch, a large bird wanders into camp.
On foot?
On foot, yes.
I swear to God, if it's a pigeon.
How far away is it? Can we see it? What's happening?
It's almost as large as your hadrosaurs.
Oh god. How fast is it approaching?
It's approaching at a cautious waddle. And it outstretches its flightless wings and just fans them out at you.
I look at Sivindia like, does it look hostile?
If we don't mess with it, it'll probably go away. Maybe?
We can try.
I will get out my crossbow, however, and just sit and wait.
I'll do the same very carefully.
It and keeps an eye on you, sort of doing the whole side eye thing as it flaps its wings at you and scratches at the ground.
Shoot.
Make a perception check, both of you.
Okay. Shall give myself perception again. Or not perception, but guidance. And I shall drop my important dice. Where the fuck did it go? That one's important to me. Oh no, where did it go? 20.
8.
I found it.
Savintia, you hear something from the opposite direction. You hear something from the direction of Bannister's tent.
I will look in that direction.
Let's see. You have 60 foot of.
Ah,
Sorry.
it's okay.
Sure.
It's okay.
Yeah, okay. What you see is that several more of these giant birds have snuck up on camp and are in the process of dragging an unconscious Bannister out the back of his.
Oh god.
Wake up!
Okay, yeah. Wake up. And I guess I will.
Yeah, I think it's. Sure, I'm gonna look at Jade and be like, "So we shooting it?"
I'm just gonna go and run. I'll just cast sleep at the creatures that are trying to track Bannister away.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Try.
Okay, tell me what to do.
I will first roll. And I can roll on roll 20. Is it rolling?
While she's rolling, I shall explain. So,
God, I can't roll. Is it slash or exclamation mark?
it's slash.
No. Okay. So that's the health points I can sleep, starting from the lowest health hit point creature. So if any of their hit points exceed 24, no one is getting slept. But
None of the birds appear to fall asleep.
damn it.
Shit. Alright, in that case, whichever one is holding on to Bannister, I will funk, twang, and shoot at it. Are they within 80 feet of me?
Yes, they are within 80 feet of you.
Alright, in that case, crossbow.
Although they are both. So just pick one.
The one on the left. 17.
That is a hit.
That takes 3 whole damage. Piercing.
You get it right in the plumage, and as it suffers the impact of your crossbow, feathers come loose. It's like hitting a pillar.
Pillow fight.
Now, everybody roll initiative.
Alright.
And you guys shouted out to wake everyone else up.
Yep. And I whistled really loudly, but, I was trying to be quiet because it comes out really shrill on the microphone.
Everybody roll initiative.
I love my macro.
I think I need to wait for my second level spell slots to use my sleep to have any effect.
Oh.
Kirik?
Let's see. Move out of the tent. Crawl out of the tent. Whatever.
Did you roll initiative? Oh, yes, you did.
No, not up at the top anyway.
Near the top.
So, Azaka springs to action from her resting place by the trunk of this tree and uses her action to get up and survey the situation with her human eyes, which don't really see much. So she yells out, "What's going on?" And I guess that'll be her turn.
Next, chop chop.
It's the bird's turn. Uh-oh.
Disconnected from host.
Log out.
Okay, so how big is 30 feet? 30 feet, 6 squares. So, Kurik, Morin, and Jade. You see a twisting pattern of colors that weave through the air inside this 30-foot cube that seems to surround you all. I need all of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
$11.
11.
You are mostly very lucky. Okay. Kurik, you are charmed.
But he's an elf. He's an elf.
Oh, yeah, I'm an elf.
Ah, so he's immune to charm?
Doesn't he just
Oh,
get
it is
I have
advantage.
advantage.
Yep.
We all do, actually.
So let me. Hey, there we go.
Hey, natural 20.
Very good.
For once, it's nice to be part elf.
However, Azaka is charmed.
Oh no.
And after getting up and yelling out, asking what's going on, she just sort of goes still and into a trance. Okay, Kurik, it is your turn.
Okay. Out of the tent. Dear God, what are those things? Let's see. Oh, they're grabbing one of our people, so I'm going to shoot at that one. Or both of them. There we go. I'll snowball swarm them. Dex 14, save for half damage. At the two dragging banister off.
What was the DC again? Sorry.
DC 14, Dex.
One of them succeeds, and the other one. It's half damage for success, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. And is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Enette rips out of the tent, and she also can't see because she is a mere human, and she yells out, "I can't see. What's going on?" So she casts light
Yay.
on her own quarterstaff. So now she can see.
Nice.
And that is her turn. Bannister is unconscious. Jade, it is your turn.
You should give us a little light source from her.
Hmm?
You remember how to do that, right?
Good.
Okay. I'm just gonna shoot at the birdie that Sivintia hits. And probably miss. 13.
Nice.
13 just hits.
But I don't get sneak attack since Bannister is unconscious, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Well, it's 12 damage.
It is looking really hurt. In fact, it releases Bannister's foot from its beak.
And I'm just gonna try to do my usual bonus action. Hide.
Okay. Make your stealth roll.
18.
Okay. You appear to be.
Appear to be?
Of course.
She cut out. Or you cut out.
Yes. Appears to be hidden. The thoroughly damaged and hurt bird drops Bannister's foot from its beak and starts making its way back into this fight got too hot for it. Lauren, your turn.
I clamber out of the tent and realize that what the heck is going on. Is the other bird still holding Bannister's other foot?
Yes, and tugging at it.
Okay, I grab my short sword and charge towards the bird. Not being very armored myself, but Bannister is more vulnerable. And I swing at the bird. $11.
Not quite a hit.
I action surge and roar at the bird, let go of, and swing again.
Definitely not a hit.
Oh.
And that's my turn then.
I can blame that on grogginess.
Waking up to see Bannister eaten by a giant bird.
Yeah, you were surprised. Savintia, the initial bird that was trying to distract you, rushes up to you. And it appears to be shifting as though you can't really locate exactly where it is. It seems like it's a split image of two bouncing, wobbling birds in one place.
Weird.
It tries to peck at you with its beak,
Ah,
and it definitely hits.
what did it roll?
It rolled a 17 plus some numbers.
Alright, fine. Okay.
You take 6 piercing damage.
Okay. Ow. Next.
The next bird rushes into. Gets right up in Kurik's grill. Now it's Savinthia's turn.
Well, I was going to do something fun, but instead I will turn to the bird and cast Guiding Bolt on it. So, she'll cast Guiding Bolt.
Is that a ranged attack?
It's a ranged spell attack. Do I have to make it with disadvantage?
I'm unsure.
It missed anyway, it was a 3.
Okay.
So, 8 total, which I know misses, so.
Mhm.
Just launch a bolt of light out to the side. I guess because it's doing that weird wobbly thing?
Yes.
Great.
The other one that was dragging Bannister turns its attention to Morin and goes at it with it. Goes at him with its beak.
My AC is 14 since I'm not wearing armor or shield.
It manages to get you with one of its 2 beak attacks for 5 piercing damage. Asuka remains in her stupor.
Sorry.
Another one storms into camp, right alongside Kurik, and goes at him with its.
I get a reaction. I shield myself, so I get +5 to my AC.
Ooh.
Nice.
So that brings me up to 18.
With 18, only one of its beak strikes manages to land. For a whole 4 piercing damage. And it is your turn.
Oh, I don't like where I'm at right now. So I'm going to teleport away. Going to Misty Step. Okay. Over to here. Bonus.
Nice.
So I'm also going to I guess I'm gonna snowball swarm those two behind them so I don't catch the our cleric friend. So that's a DC 14 save.
One of them succeeds and the other one fails.
Or 11. I just saw what you posted. And that is my
Okay.
turn.
Enid. Enid is going to cast magic missile at the one that is harassing Bannister and Morin. And it looks very quite hurt. She's going to move herself out of danger next to the guide who is looking to be in. Bannister is unconscious. Jade, it is your turn.
We sidestep a bit to see what the word is happening. How hurt does the next to Siventia look like?
It looks like it hasn't taken any damage.
Okay, I'll shoot at it.
My aim was really bad.
Or actually, I go to the other side of the bush, and since I was hiding, yeah, okay. Do I get like advantage if I'm hiding? Isn't that the?
I believe you do, yes.
Plus, I'm
And
haranguing
you
it.
are hiding.
Yeah, but I want the advantage.
I know.
Well, I think this hits anyway. 15.
15 definitely hits.
And we get 18 damage to the birdie.
Nice.
Poor shimmering birdie.
Aw.
And I bonus action hide because I'm a rogue. And
Make your stealth check.
11. That was impressive.
You might not be hidden anymore. Okay, from out in the darkness, from one of the bird that ran away, you can hear squawking in a language that I believe Morin can understand, but no one else can. Morin, you can speak primordial. That means you can understand Aquan, right?
I can do.
Ooh.
No, I didn't have that. I have Dwarvish, Elvish, Goblin.
Ah, I was mixing up the two boys.
Got Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Draconic, Elvish, and Primordial.
Jesus.
all the languages.
And what's your intelligence?
It's 15.
Oh, okay.
I got bonus languages from my background or something.
Okay, so Kurik can understand it. This bird, this injured sounding bird, and its voice sounds like a parrot. But it's saying, "Get them all! Get them all!"
What did I ever do to you?
Okay, Morin, it's your turn.
I use my free object interaction to kick Bannister gently at the side of his leg, and then I swing my sword at. $60.
That is a hit.
And I use menacing attack. Nine piercing damage, and a DC 14 save against being frightened by me.
You jab it right in the opening to the chest cage, and your sword just sinks all the way into the hilt, and the bird goes limp on your sword, just completely
Yes.
automatically failing the save. Any other actions?
Yes, then I move a bit to cover for Bannister, hoping he's waking up soon. And that's my.
Okay, Savintia, the one that's up in your grill and has just taken a massive arrow strike, like right through the wing,
Yeesh.
is going to go completely nuts and try to beat you.
Shield. I'm just holding it up.
Even though you're holding up your shield to this pummeling of bird beak, one of them slips through and gets you
How much damage?
6 damage.
Okay. Okay.
The bird that was previously molesting Kurik is now aware that Morin has snuck up on it and turns its attention to him.
Excuse me.
Remind me what your AC at the moment is, Morin?
Sorry, my internet exploded for a moment. Now I'm back. And it's 14.
So one of its beak strikes manages to get to you for 6 damage. Savintia, your turn.
Alrighty, since my nonsense missed last time. Well, you know, I'm just gonna say could flame it. Dex 13 save.
It fails.
Well, it takes 8 damage. Radiant. That's
That
better.
is exactly the amount of health it had.
Cool. So scorch it with the guiding light of Shontia.
And it just quivers to the ground. So it has experienced God and passed out.
But why do I feel like we're eating bird today?
Well, it's delicious.
Does it taste like chicken,
I
though?
swear to God.
I mean, everything tastes like chicken.
Right?
Fair enough.
Is that it for you, Savintia?
First I say that ostrich actually tastes pretty good, and then that is all for me. Yes, I've had ostrich before.
Asuka is still in a trance. Seeing one of its fellows flop down lifelessly, this Iblis, I gave away its name, runs over and starts pecking at Civic. However, it is not so skilled in its beak pecks to get past your
Oh, thank goodness.
just pecking straight at the wood. Kurik, it is your turn again.
Okay. Which one looks the least injured? Or are they both equally?
The one that's attacking Moran looks like it has the least amount of.
Okay. So, going to magic missile twice because swift casting on the one that's in front of Moran. So that's going to be that'll be my whole turn. There we go.
You open up and missiles just fly out of your hands. And they just machine gun towards this bird. And you're pretty sure that the bird is dead before the last missile hits.
That's fine. It was going to try and peck me at some point anyway, so it deserved it.
In fact, your onslaught of missiles is so intense that its body flops over 5 feet.
Good.
In its turn. And she will also cast Magic Missile at the one surviving Iblis. Although not as impressive as Kurik's magic missiles, her 3 all managed to find their mark on this one, and it's looking very ill. It looks like it could, if it was smart, it would turn tail and try to retreat. Bannister is unconscious. Jade, your turn.
Peek out and shoot. And miss with natural 1.
Oh. Wait, does she get advantage or no?
No, I'm not. My hide wasn't very impressive.
Well, she said maybe.
No, she does not get to make this one with advantage.
Oh.
Do I need to roll?
Yeah, nah.
Okay. I have learned after my previous natural 1 to kinda aim to the side with no other people.
Oh, was that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I won't even bother hiding.
Okay, Morin, it is your turn now.
Okay, I chase after the bird. Did Sivintia get pecked by the now dead bird on last turn while I was describing?
I'm fine. Just kill it, please.
Well, yes, I take a stab at the bird first.
And make this attack with advantage because you are flanking.
So 25.
Definitely hit.
And again, menacing attack. "12 piercing damage.
You sweep your sword underneath it and just cut off both of its spindly little legs, and it just collapses to the ground dead.
Okay, then I take a few steps towards the direction the last bird run into, looking around if... And that's my turn.
And you don't see the other bird that got away.
Bastards.
And that looks like combat is over.
How are the hadrosaurs?
And go at Bannister, poke him awake.
I will check on the hadrosaurs.
The hadrosaurs are a little bit panicked, although they were sleeping. Little known fact about hadrosaurs, they sleep standing up.
Can I attempt to calm them down?
You can calm them down. Make a animal handling check.
Alright, I'm gonna give myself guidance.
Is hadrosaur tipping a pastime of teenagers in the city?
23.
You manage to calm down all the hadrosaurs and get them settled again.
I bop Kurt from
And they
way
feel-
across the room. Leave my children alone. It's okay. It's okay.
Now, Jade, no matter how hard you try to rouse Bannister, he doesn't seem to wake.
Guys. There's something wrong with Bannister, maybe?
Okay.
He won't wake up.
Okay, couple of things. How's Azaka?
Azaka is still in her trance.
Okay.
Gonna give her a shake. Try to get her to.
Can we pull the two of them together?
I'm trying to track Bannister.
Alright.
I'll help you drag Bannister.
Alright.
Please.
Can I diagnose him and find out what's wrong?
Okay. First of all, Kurik shaking Azaka rouses her from her stupor.
Oh, good.
Her eyes stop, spinning, and she comes to her senses and just sees all these dead birds around. And Savintia, make a medicine check.
Okay, guidance on me. 14, 17.
You notice on examination of Bannister's body that there is a puncture wound at the bottom of his foot and a foreign liquid. There's traces of a foreign liquid around. He appears to be poisoned.
Okay. In that case... Alright.
While Bannister is being diagnosed, I light up my flaming sword and do a small round around the camp at like 40 to 50 feet distance from the center and just check there is nothing else surprising here.
Make a perception check.
8.
Well, you don't see any creatures lying in wait.
Alright. The poison. Is it affecting him with blindness, deafness, paralysis? Oh, or poisoned. Okay, I cast Lesser Restoration on him.
Excellent.
Yep, cast Lesser Restoration. So, lay on hands, say a prayer, close eyes, and let the light of Shantya flow through him.
He begins to rouse as the poison just magically dissolves out of him. He stirs and opens his eyes and just reaches up and stretches.
Doing okay there?
Where'd the tent go?
We had to move you because there were some... Just go back to bed, don't worry about it. Okay? That'll be fine. Then I pat him on the shoulder a few times and then I shall move over to Azaka. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling fine now. I should have been more alert.
It's fine. They snuck up on us with the distraction using a different bird. As long as you're okay. That's what matters. Bannister's better now, and she's just covered full of bird beak puncture wounds. I should be okay in a bit.
And the odd bird feather stuck to you as well.
I just pick one of them off and it away. Very, very adult and regal.
Quite.
I bop Kurt. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Alright. As long as you're okay.
Yeah, speaking of Sivintia, you do recognize these birds from flipping through the book.
Oh! What birds are they?
They are Eblis.
With an I or an-
Eblis.
I don't see that in the book.
Oh.
I see Elder Brain Enchanter and Evoker.
Damn it! Okay, so they come with the module, but they're not in the book.
Weird. That's weird. I have like a Latin version.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Or
That's
Italian.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have an Italian.
yeah. We've all got
Hmm.
an Italian player's manual.
Weird. Anyway. I don't see it in the monster manual either.
No, it appears to be part of the module itself.
Whatever. Alright, is it still Jade in my watch?
Yeah, it was about halfway through.
Alright, when we return to the watch, I will clean and dress the birds as best I can.
Okay.
No sense wasting good bird meat.
Sadie's doing her best to track the remaining stuff away from the camp, so we won't have all the yummy smelling corpses right here.
That's a good idea.
Or actually, I'm just gonna use my Mold Earth spell and kinda bury them underground a bit.
Oh, this will be fun. So I'll clean them, and all the excess and guts and feathers and stuff we just bury. High five. Like the most awkward.
It's pretty
high five.
convenient. It's a pretty convenient spell to have for burying bodies.
It really is.
Seems very useful for a rogue.
Yes.
I mean, it could be better, 5 foot is just a foot less than 6 feet.
Yeah, but I can repeat it
Oh, there you go.
because it's a cantrip,
Yep, she can cast it as many times as she wants.
and it's 6 seconds to excavate 5 cubic feet, so pretty fast.
She is a Minecraft Steve.
Yeah, I dig in a cube shapes. Shapes.
Soon we'll have this castle made out of cube-shaped rock.
Oh god.
But yeah. So we will clean and dress birds while everyone is asleep. Or until it's shift change.
And the rest of the night goes unmolested. In fact, because Bannister and Morin are taking the morning shift, they can be cooking breakfast during that.
Do I get a long rest for the night? Do I have to roll?
Yes.
Hey, natural
Same.
20.
Yay.
Long rest
Oh
it
my
is.
god. Hey.
Very
Same.
cool, so.
Nice.
Yay.
11.
I failed.
Well, I needed my spell slots back as well. I used up 2 of them.
Yeah.
I used up all but 1, so that was fun.
No offense, but mine are a bit more important. Mine keep us alive.
Mine keep us alive by blowing up all the enemies
Listen here,
until they're all
motherfucker.
gone.
Did I manage to sleep well with 11?
You did manage to sleep well with 11. Jade, what did you roll?
5.
Unfortunately, it was nightmares for you.
But my spells are useless anyway.
What we really need is a whole bunch of sleeping poison measured out to give us 8-hour sleeps.
I'm my sleep is only 1 minute. I can magically make you sleep for 8 hours.
Oh yeah, can you cast that on yourself?
Yeah, for a minute. I
Oh
guess.
no, you can't because you're immune to it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm also immune to magic sleep.
Yeah.
Does that should make catnap useless? You should pick up that spell.
Well, no, it's from antagonistic ones.
Yeah.
So, the next morning, it's a delicious chickeny turkey-like. And you set off once again along the river and towards your goal. Yeah, you've made quite a bit of progress.
Yay, where are we?
Oh, we're halfway.
Nice.
Yeah, about halfway. And while you're passing within visual range of the river, you can see the remains of some of Camp Righteous across the river.
What happened to it?
Just allow me to bring up the description.
I guess Asaka would know what happened.
Yes. Also, I have sent you a thing.
It looks like an abandoned and ruined campsite, but behind it is a massive stone
Stone what?
that is a stone temple carved from stone, depicting a humanoid man carrying a crocodile on his back.
Steve?
The campsite is completely ruined. Looks to have been overrun. But that's the best you can see from this side of the river.
Kinda interested.
Yeah, me too.
Isn't that all the undead unpleasantness on the other side of the river?
Well, there
Ultimately-
was some on this side too.
Yeah. All
That
the
doesn't
more
mean
reason-
we should go and find even more.
But we can
how-
purge them.
How wide is the river here?
The river is about as wide as it was before,
Oh.
and that is what the stone temple looks like.
That is a very small picture.
Fortunately,
For those of us watching later on. It's I'll zoom
I'll
it
see
in
if
a
I can
little.
get it bigger.
I zoomed it in a
Clicking
little
on-
bit.
Oh, I can get it way bigger. Hang on.
Oh, you can?
Clicking on it in Discord actually makes it smaller. That's funny.
Kind of. I just like control and scroll wheel to zoom in.
Yeah, this one's way bigger
That's what she said.
once it loads.
That didn't
Charge
help.
up.
Yeah, like, could we find some information about anything on this isle
Yeah.
from there?
Like, would we recognize it?
Like,
Roll a religion.
Alright. Sure. Fucking natural 20. Which makes it a, is that religion? 25?
Yeah. Very nice.
Guidance.
So, from what little you picked up while you were in town of local Cholton lore, this is the house of the man and the crocodile, a native story from local mythology.
Okay. I will relay that to everyone else and casually mention that it's very nice that they have a house together.
You are able to actually recall the legend if you would like me to read it out.
Sure.
In the early days of the world, man stood by the banks of the river frightened. Crocodile raised his head from the water and asked, "What troubles you, cousin man?" And man said, "I want to cross this river, but I fear to enter the water alone, because it teems with your brethren." Crocodile replied, "It's true, you would not be safe. But I will carry you across the river safely on my back, if you promise to return a favor." Man agreed, and the crocodile bore him safely across the water. When they reached the far bank, the man asked, "How can I repay you?" And Crocodile replied, "I wish to see the realm of humans, but I fear to go there alone, for it teems with your brethren. You must carry me upon your back across your realm." Man had been tricked But a promise is a promise. So he carried the crocodile safely on his back across the entire realm of humans, a journey that lasted many years. He also swore, in his anger, that never again would men and crocodiles be friends. And so it has remained to this.
The moral of the story is that crocodiles are dicks.
Smarter or something.
Well, now I know why he's a crocodile hunter and not a crocodile friender. I'm sorry. Okay, I relate this story to everyone else. I heard it from someone in one of the bars, I think. Sure.
Does the camp look empty?
Yes, it looks completely empty.
Curiosity is high.
Yeah, me too.
Should we vote?
Yes.
Curiosity gets us drowned in a river or mauled by zombies.
We do have the... I worry about the hadrosaurs.
Well, they should be fine. We can just leave them here.
Yeah, Kurik, you can watch the hadrosaurs here.
I say we continue. We know where this place is now, so we can always come here on the way back. It's not like it's going to crumble and vanish if we take a week or two.
That sounds like 2 for and 2 against.
Bannister?
I mean, getting across the river, if it was easy, I'd want to go. But last time it was not easy.
I look at Jade.
Well, unless you can cast water walk on everyone.
I don't know it. I don't believe I know that spell. Alright, but you guys owe us. We get to pick where to go to eat next time.
Correct. Didn't you say that you have a scroll of water walking?
Yeah, I do. The problem with that is I could fudge it up, and then we'll lose it.
So this is the part where I would cast Create Water around Kurik's head. I'm kidding, I wouldn't do that.
You do see that there are some canoes on the other side of the river. So at least getting back, you could do it by watercraft.
I worry about the hadrosaurs though.
Maybe our guide could watch them if we really want to go.
We got outvoted. And democracy rules. But you guys owe us when we be at dinner next time.
You didn't get outvoted. I mean, Bannister was positive as long as we can cross the river easily.
Don't change your vote.
Bannister basically abstained.
Okay, keep going.
Well,
At least this temple thing isn't on the map of treasure temples.
yeah. Is it on the map of treasure temples?
No, it's not marked
Okay.
with the golden dot.
Okay. Yeah, let's keep going.
You can always
And you
poke
can-
around on the way back or something.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like we won't be returning the same way?
Yeah, we have to go to Firefinger because we promised Azaka. And I give her a look and a wink.
And you guys continue off into the jungle,
Doo-doo-doo.
but at least aware that somewhere at Camp Righteous there is a interesting looking temple.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody make a perception check for me.
14.
21.
18.
12.
So, Morin, Jade, and Savintia. You guys notice in the distance that you're heading towards a group of shambling, undead-looking figures.
Yeah, like, why were you so against, like, crossing the river since the undead are on this side too? Damn it.
Yeah, Morin. So how are we gonna handle this?
How long is the distance? I take out my bow and start thinking of aiming something from good.
And how many are there?
The distance is about 120 feet, and they don't appear to be aware of you. And as for number, oops, if I load up the right map,
Should we just wipe them out?
Yeah, even if we can avoid them, maybe the next traveler won't be as lucky. We'll come upon them at night.
you see about half a dozen.
And wouldn't want to leave them behind us in case they waddle after us or send us.
So, I guess we tell the ones who didn't notice and... Can I shoot?
Sure, just give me a second.
I asked the others, not DM.
I think if you get one clean shot off right away, probably for the best.
Yes, best take care of them from a distance if we can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
20.
That definitely hit.
And it didn't see me, I assume.
It did not see you. It was not aware of you.
16 piercing damage.
It drops completely dead.
I got 13.
That still hits.
Oh god, that's zoomed in.
Eight piercing damage.
It takes the arrow and just turns around, like the arrow is sticking out of its back, and it looks in the direction that it. So everybody roll initiative.
Okay. Oh wait, I have a thing for that. I'm just constantly sending cat gifts to someone in the middle of the game. Because I'm a terrible person.
That seems a little bit evil.
It's not my fault they're good cat gifts. Also a reference to a movie we watched earlier.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. Don't think that gets me close enough to do it.
Oh, right. I launched a crossbow bolt, didn't I, in that last fight?
Yes, you did.
It's probably gone, isn't it?
The one that missed?
Yeah.
Yeah, irretrievable, I'm afraid.
Okay. Sorry, I was just making sure to remove it from my inventory.
I'm just going to stop here, I guess. That's my turn.
If you wanted, you could ready a cantrip if anything comes into range.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. I will ready a cantrip if anything comes within 60 feet of me. I'll shoot it in the face.
Okay. The zombie that caught an arrow in the back now just lifts up its arm and just yells at the top of its disgusting, decaying lungs. And starts its meandering charge towards using its double shamble to move up to twice its movement. It gets that far.
And that's within 60 feet of me. So,
Okay.
what's it now? 6. Okay. That's to hit.
Definitely hits.
And this is frost damage.
So your ray of frost streaks out across the jungle and hits this zombie that seems to be immediately slowed, even slower than it was before. Savintia, it is your turn.
Alrighty. Well, I think that I'm, how far away is that? 50 feet? I was actually just about to do that, so thank you for doing that. So I'm just going to Sacred Flame on Dex 13.
He rolled a 5.
Alright, cool. Well, that's how much damage he takes. It's radiant. Burn. Suck holy fire, undead.
He is looking very unhappy. Even for a core. And is that your turn, Zavintia?
Yep, that's all.
Morin, it is your turn.
I take my bow and take a shot at the closest zombie.
The closest zombie, yeah?
22.
Definitely hits.
7 piercing damage.
You get it right in the neck, and its head falls off, and it just collapses lifelessly.
I laugh out really loud, and that's
Jade, it is your.
bullseye.
Oh,
I will take a shot at the skeleton. Or actually, can I bonus action hide first to see if I get sneak attack? And that's natural 20 plus 6, so 26 for stealth.
yes, you are hidden.
And then I'll peek behind the tree and shoot at it. And 21 to hit.
It's a hit.
And just 10 damage. And move behind the tree.
Your arrow strikes it in the chest and actually knocks it onto its ass. But it's back up. You're actually a really heavy hitter.
And I rolled low.
Banisters. Bannister is going to move up so that he is the first thing that any of them, if they get close enough, encounter. And he is going to hurl abuse. At the one that looks like it has meat hanging out of it. So the ghoul fails its save and is somehow, in its state of decay, able to be hurt by Bannister's insults about how disgusting and lacking in table manners this undead creature is. I need more dice. Okay. From the very far edge of your periphery, you hear a growling, snarling sort of roar from... It sounds like a walrus. Something fat and flubby. And charging through the melee comes a great big hulking ogre zombie.
Ooh.
Oh god.
Oh, that's horrifying.
This place is just lousy with undead, I'm telling you.
Yeah, the map lied to us. There wasn't supposed to be any.
Yeah, wasn't this supposed to be the undead-free side of the river?
Yeah. Yeah.
Undead light.
Undead light.
If this is how bad this is, imagine the other side.
Oh god.
But yeah, you guys have been like traveling for a week, and this is pretty much your first real encounter with undead.
Well, there
Oh,
was
there was the plant thing. That had some skeletons with it.
And let's just assume that everything we see on this side, which is alive, is gonna be undead on the other side. So undead birds and undead plant creatures and
Soon undead us.
yeah.
Stop it.
Undead Stegosaurus.
Why would you say that? That's so mean.
Undead Hadrosaurus.
No!
Skeleton T-Rexes.
No! Stop giving her ideas!
Last time we changed the map, there was this. They have the random nodes when loading up, and it was like hatching dragons. I'm like, hatching undead dragon.
Stop it! Do you people not know how to not tempt fate?
Hang on. Maybe there's a slot machine.
I'm gonna bop each and every one of you with this scythe.
Yeah, I guess we should focus on the 250 HP ogre zombie first.
You know what? I'll be right back. I'm just taking a minute. I'll be right back.
So what does Init do?
Net is going to use her magic missiles. But she's going to be splitting them between these two closest skeletons. The one that you pinged, Jade, collapses after getting hit by two of Enet's magic missiles.
Nice.
I'm back.
Cool, what is your movement?
Excuse me.
Oh my god, so many turns. Okay. So, Asuka is going to take out her longbow and move forward. And she's going to focus her two arrows on this ghoul. Because she feels the most threatened by that. Unfortunately, she misses on both counts. Kurik, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to Ray of Frost the Skellington. It's an 2-hit.
Definitely a hit.
And a whole 3 damage.
Still standing.
And that's my turn.
Okay. That zombie is dead and shouldn't be in the initiative. Savintia, your turn.
Stop. Alright, I I'm going to move my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 forward to get a better view. And I shall cast... One sec. Yeah, the range is only 5 feet. Actually, one sec. Where was I before? Sorry, I've got this new spell that I haven't used before. I'm trying to figure it out. So I was here, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, one sec. Okay, then I'm gonna move to there. So I will move here, and I will cast Word of Radiance, and say a small prayer, and every creature of your choice that you can see within range of 5 feet must succeed on a Constitution saving throw of 13 or take some radiant damage. So both of these motherfuckers next to me have to 13 Constitution.
They both fail.
Perfect. That's on my keyboard. 2. They both take 2 damage. It's just a cantrip. It's radiant damage, though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
They both sort of. They both shrivel and and are taken aback by your words.
It's just a shining
It-
light of radiance.
It's like you've stepped in between two flat earthers and said, "The world is round."
I mean, that's just fact. But yes. And now I am in melee with both of them. Hint, 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 hint.
Yeah. Lauren, it is your turn.
Okay, I move a bit. See where I can see the thing. Yell, that's one ugly zombie in the back there, and aim with my bow at the big. "21.
That is a hit.
And I'm menacing attacking. Eight piercing
What's-
damage and DC 14 to be frightened by me.
DC 14. He rolled a 19.
I mean, it's very scary. 2 giant zombies charging at me. And then I shout encouraging words to Sivintia, telling her to grab the skeleton skull and bash the other guy with it. And she gets some...
Which
Hit a
ability is that?
motherfucker with another motherfucker.
Yeah, true. So, wait, which abilities were both of those?
Maneuvers. Other one is with attack and other one is bonus action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's why I was
rally
asking.
with bonus action. And you get 7 temporary hit points.
Okay.
You are prepared to go bowling with a skeleton skull now.
Right. Okay. I was just confused because I didn't know one was a bonus, but okay, we're good.
Jade, it is your turn.
Can the big ugly thing see me? I guess I still had the 26 something.
No, the big ugly thing cannot see you.
I'll peek around the tree and shoot at the big ugly. Seeing this as there are like million people at the smaller ones. And That's the natural 20 have been waiting for.
Nice.
So I get to double everything, I guess. Holy shit. 40 points of damage to the big ugly. And bonus action hide behind the tree.
I noticed that the hadrosaurs are also hiding behind that tree.
Yeah. No one will. They will only see the hadrosaurs. Just
Your arrow soars over the battlefield and hits this ogre right in the eye. But despite the huge amount of damage and the howling, roaring walrus sounds coming out of it, it doesn't drop.
Okay, I rolled 14 on my hide.
You are hidden. Okay, Bannister's turn. He is going to move forward and pop this skeleton with his spear. So he strikes with his spear and then pulls the spear out, flips it around, and whacks it over the head with the blunt end.
Does he go smack, smack when he does it?
No, it's more sort of a whack sound. You can see the illusion that his spear is actually bending as he flips it around so fast.
I was making a joke about him making his own sound effects.
But the skeleton drops dead.
Nice.
Just whacked into the ground. The ogre zombie, now with an arrow sticking out of its eye socket. And you can see the arrow continues its charge.
That's a big ugly.
It is a big ugly.
I just want to say that the one undead that's like catty corner to me looks like it has a big bushy mustache. Doesn't it?
Yes.
It does.
A little lopsided though. We'll have to fix that. With death.
But it's already dead.
Shut up.
Okay, seeing... Oh, shit. Fuck. Shit. One of these zombies has provoked an attack of opportunity from
From who now?
Bannister. because Bannister has Polearm Master, which means entering his space provokes as well as exiting.
Cool, start rolling.
Enid, magic missiles this zombie coming up towards Bannister's side. Okay, now it's the ghoul's turn. Okay, Savintia. Your AC is 18.
My AC is 18.
This ghoul with the funny mustache, as you said, reaches out with its claws and gets beneath your armor and slashes at you.
I guess I was too busy giggling at his mustache. Ow!
So take 6 slashing damage and make a Constitution saving.
Oh dear. Okay, so I lost all but 1 of the temp HP. Oh, that's a 10.
That just save.
Thank you. Pluses to saving throws. Okay. You said Constitution, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, 10.
Okay, Azaka's turn.
Yay.
She is going to move up and take 2 scimitar strikes at this. Both landing true. And this ghoul drops down to the ground.
Splat.
With one of her scimitars still lodged in its shoulders, she puts a boot onto its corpse and wrenches. Kurik, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to snowball swarm to hit the big ghoul and the other one. So it is a DC 14 dex save. Against 16 damage.
It just fails your save. So 16?
Yep. So it should hit the 2 of those.
The zombie in front of Savintia actually just freezes up and just collapses stiffly back.
Oh dear.
Dead. Savintia,
Yes.
your turn.
Alright, I shall Sacred Flame the big fucker. Dex 13.
Okay.
saving throw.
He rolled a 13, but he has a negative dex, so he failed.
He takes 6 radiant damage. And I'm done.
Warren, your turn.
I move a bit to the side to get a clear shot at the zombie and have less risk shooting Sivintia or Bannister in the back and both zombie. $15.
That's a hit.
And I menacing attack again. Eight piercing damage.
And is this to the small one or the large one?
The really fat one.
Yep. And what was the save?
It was 14.
Yeah, but what kind of save?
Wisdom.
It definitely fails. So it is now afraid of you.
And that's my turn.
The ogre zombie is looking quite injured, starting to break apart, like a boiled roast. Jade, your turn.
Did you correct my math discalculation?
I did, yes.
Okay, so does it seem like the big guy sees me?
No, he cannot see you from where you are behind that tree.
Okay, then I'll do the same. Peek around the corner and try to hit it. 19.
That's a hit.
Um, 21 points of piercing damage. The big ugly.
You collapse its chest cavity with your arrow.
Whoa.
like a puncturing balloon, it just crumples. And the ground shakes as it thuds to the ground.
Ew. Bye, ugly.
And for the rest of your turn?
I guess I'll... Well, there's just one enemy left, right?
Mhm.
I'll just step behind the tree, not even bothering to hide.
Okay. Bannister will try to spear the zombie next to him. That's a natural 20. And a maximum damage, too.
Nice.
He does the same maneuver, jabbing his spear into this zombie, pulling out and then whapping it with the blunt end, and it just drops down to the ground dead. But then, after a second, it starts getting back. And so it gets back up again, and body slams into Bannister for a massive 2 damage.
I just imagine like him knocking over all those domino pieces there, and then Asaka falls into some kind of old well.
Don't.
Enet's turn, and she is going to Sacred Flame the zombie. The zombie erupts into radiant flame in God's light, and the zombie drops dead.
Splat.
And everything that was dead is now dead again.
Nice. Good job, everyone.
I'll go collect some arrows from this ugly thing.
I'm gonna check on the hadrosaurs and Annette. How you doing, Annette?
Oh, I'm doing okay. This is more like what I expected.
Yeah, it's a little weird. There's a lot more undead things here than I expected. Wanna go
Oh.
check on the hadrosaurs with me?
Sure. This is Chult, though. This is what it's like.
Yeah. Can't imagine how bad the other side is. And I shall go and check on the hadrosaurs. Are they doing okay?
They're doing okay.
Good.
The battle was not loud and unsettling enough to spook them.
Okay, good. Good hadrosaur. Pet, pet, pet.
I'm looking around the stonework here. Is there some kind of hole to be peeked into?
So those are ruins. The foundations of long gone buildings.
Is there some kind of cellar there, or is it just generic ruins?
You can make an investigation check to search.
11.
Looking around the ruins, you do find a small cellar pit. Not a full-size cellar, but a pit that is used to probably keep foods cool beneath the surface. And inside you can see a mummified corpse.
I light up my sword and lean a bit over the edge to get a closer look, if there is anything valuable. Yelling to the others over my shoulder, "Hey, there is someone dead here too, just even more dead than those."
The corpse is fully clothed in adventuring gear and appears to have a full bag of stuff.
How deep is the cellar pit? Can I get there without a rope and stuff?
It is only 10 feet deep, so not a huge.
Can I get any arrows back?
Yes, you are able to retrieve 5 arrows.
I don't think I shoot that many. Can I take Moran's arrows too? I'll take 5 arrows.
I'm going to look for anything shiny amongst our re-dead
Read it.
friends.
I'm sure there's a necromancer out there who's very sad that all of his hard work is being destroyed.
Wasn't it the guy who has long gone?
I don't know.
Can't remember the name.
I don't know.
I head down into the pit and
It's a joke.
check the body for stuff. There's a backpack. I take that and throw that up and see if there's anything else.
So he's got belt pouches, a backpack. He's got a quiver with arrows in it. Do you just pass it all up?
Yeah, I grab it all up from here. Easier to look at it in the daylight up there than the flickering torch sword.
Yeah, Kurik, you find 18 copper pieces and a gold piece.
Rolling in the loots. Let's add it to the list.
Bannister throws down a rope and helps Morin get out of the pit.
Thank you. Let's look through this stuff then, shall we? And I start rummaging through the backpack.
You find a nugget of gold the size of a dwarf's fist. And you find a spyglass.
Like pirate extendo magnifying spyglass?
Yes, and the quiver contains 7 silver-coated arrows.
What about the belt pouch? Was there anything else there as well?
The belt pouches are empty, but down in the bottom of the pit you found empty vials.
So
I've grabbed the vial into my own belt pouch and then I just dust off the belt pouch I found from here, taking that to use as well. Could always use another carrying thing. And put the arrows into my own.
since the mounts are now a bit calmer, can I walk over and cast detect magic?
Sure.
I'm not doing it as a ritual. I'm just gonna eyes all glowy and look around.
Okay. And the range of that is 30 feet, yeah?
Sure. Yes.
Do you look down into the pit?
Sure. It lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay, so you can go around the whole
Yeah.
site.
Yeah. I'm just gonna check out over here and look inside the thing, check out whatever this fucker is. Look over here at this one. Looked over here. Yeah, I'm just gonna go around everywhere, a little bit everywhere.
Okay. Savintia, one of these corpses shows a magical glow.
Which one?
This one.
Ding 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 ding. All right, I shall walk over and fuss about.
That skeleton's boots are glowing.
I shall remove the boots. It's a gross, disgusting process.
Found something?
I think so. We'll have to have Bannister look at it, though. And I shall carry them back. And probably clean them. But yes, I shall carry them back. Anything else, Glowy?
Only other thing that glows? No, nothing else glows.
Okay, one last question. I can see a faint aura around any creature or object in the area that bears magic, and I know what school it is.
I was afraid you were going to ask that.
If you don't know what it is, that's fine.
I do not know what it is.
Okay.
Like, what I noticed that if you Google the item and like 3.5 edition, it usually has the school of the item also.
Well, I will go to Bannister and hold out the boots to him and say, they reek something horrible, but you should probably give them a once-over. Trust me. And my eyes stop glowing because it's been out. Oh, God, that hurts. Ow, my eyes. Ow. Ow. I'm okay.
I grin at them and go. Maybe they're magical boots of great strength.
Horrible. Horrible. And if they are, they're all yours. And I hold up a hoof and I'm like, because I can't really wear boots.
Who knows? Maybe we'll find magical horseshoes for you.
Don't worry about I'm gonna go back to the hadrosaurs. I go back to the hadrosaurs.
I look at Jade and then at Bannister like, did I say something really that bad?
You know that tieflings don't even have horseshoe-shaped hooves.
They're cloven hoofed.
I'm just gonna I'm just like over here like petting the hadrosaur. I thought they were different. I didn't realize I made friends with a bunch of fucking racists. just gently like from crest to nose petting the hadrosaur. Next he's gonna tell me I should just file my horns down.
Sympathetic look to Cynthia.
Fucking racists.
Okay.
Anyway.
Kurik,
Yes.
make a dexterity saving.
Oh no.
14.
Postle has returned.
I knew it! What?
Is there a lizard on my face?
I give Jade a piece of the bird meat that was left over.
Yeah, like hand it over to Puzzle, like invite over from Kurik's face or top of head or wherever has decided to land.
I'll just blame this on my overwhelming charisma.
Took him a while to catch up, but flap.
Don't worry, if it did unarmed attack, it wouldn't do any damage.
You never know.
Well, it has -3 strength, so no, it wouldn't, even if it tried very hard.
I just imagine he's really wounded and Puzzle comes back and flaps onto his face and it does 1 point of damage and he just dies.
Like
How are we doing for time?
We have been recording for 3.5 hours. It is currently 5:27 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which would normally be about 3 hours into our session. So,
Okay.
yeah, about another half
I
hour at most.
if this is a decent place to stop, I can stop.
I think it depends on the narrative.
Yeah, whether or not we can go for maybe another encounter.
I think we've had a lot of combat today.
Yeah.
Okay. Then perhaps now is a good time to stop.
3.5 hours isn't bad. We're weaning into the daylight savings time.
And we had like 3 combats, right?
Yeah, we're gonna get a
Mhm.
fuckload of experience.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
Yeah,
I should
so
probably have been keeping tabs on that.
Yeah. Well, let's see. There was a shambling mound with several zombies attached. I think, what, 4 or 5 total?
Yeah, I've got that one.
Okay. There
And
was
Next was the birds, yeah?
the
5
birds.
bird. No,
Yep.
one fled.
Yeah, but
That's still a victory.
fleeing counts as a victory, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so 5 birds. And big ogre zombie plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mini zombies.
Math. Oh, I have a spreadsheet.
Can't you use like the
Encounter builder?
yeah.
No, that only does individual encounters, and it like there's multipliers for how many creatures there are in a combat. So if I just added all your creatures together, it'd be like one super lethal encounter, and it wouldn't add up the experience properly.
Well, why not do... We just fought 7 little zombies.
$840
Total?
each.
Nice.
Splat.
You said
That's a chunk.
840?
Yep, 840.
So we should be at 35.65.
35.65.
I have totally lost track of the insect salve count, so I have just been randomly deleting them from my inventory.
Oh. I figured I was going to ask how many days we traveled and just subtract them all when we got to Camp Vengeance. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay. Cool. Experience given. Shall I cut the recording?
Yeah, we can cut the recording.
Alright, bye everyone.